Alright guys, I wanted to just show y'all real quick some things I've done to my new Canik Rival S that I've had for about 5 months now. I shoot at 90 PA, and the last video I think I posted on here, or larger video, was me shooting in 90 PA, and it had a lot of stovepipes and a couple double feeds in that video. I tried to get away with shooting this with the factory recoil spring. This is the factory recoil spring. I think it's about 18 pounds. And when I went to test the gun after I ported it, it ran fine outside in about 60-degree weather. But this last IDPA match, it was about 40 degrees was about the high that it got to that day. And when we started, it was about 34 degrees. And the gun, as those of y'all that shoot a lot, you know that after you get below 50 degrees, sometimes the lubricants and the guns start to act a little bit different. And so you have to tune the gun a little bit better, especially when you port a gun or comp a gun. You have to tune it better to run good. However, now I have a Glock 17 13-pound spring, guide rod spring. It works perfect. The gun cycles a lot easier. It's not super easy to cycle and rack the gun, but it is a lot easier than it was before. And so we went from an 18-pound to a 13-pound. You can definitely tell the difference. I can go lighter. I can go to an 11-pound spring, but I don't want to go so light that the gun's beating up itself. And I want to make sure that, and test this one first and make sure that if it runs 100%, then I won't worry about going lighter, because I don't want to go too light with the recoil spring. Also, if you go too light, especially on these single action striker fire guns, the spring has to fight against the striker spring, and it will not go fully into battery if the spring is too light. So you don't want to go lighter than, say, a 12 or 11-pound spring for sure. However, I wanted to show you all the gun and show you some things I've done to it. I had the barrel ported by Mac Defense. Some people were complaining, saying that you would lose all your velocity. However, the bullet leaves the barrel long before all the gases are expelled from the ports. And there's still plenty of gas left as the bullet leaves to press it out before all those gases are ejected. So you don't lose near as much velocity. One day I will get this chronoed, but I don't know when that'll be. I have a friend with a chrono, and we might try to get it chronoed and see what maybe what one of my other 5-inch guns will do velocity wise that's not ported, and then test this one and see what it does ported, just to see the difference so y'all can know. However, this was about $120 upgrade. Have the 507C X2 put on here. This was kind of what I wanted to do was build the best competition gun I could for under, around $1,500 basically. The gun itself costs about $1,100 if you can find it. It's really hard to find right now. I do have the aftermarket Talon grips. These are not Talon grips, but they're like the Talon grips. They're another aftermarket brand of the Talon grips. I didn't like how the gun was too smooth up here. The grip is good. The polymer grip is really good. However, the gun is smooth all around here, and I did not like that. So I put these rubber kind of grippier grips on the gun itself. It comes up under there. So we got the 13-pound Glock 17 recoil spring. I have aftermarket striker spring and trigger reduction springs, so the trigger breaks right around 3 pounds, maybe just a tad bit more. Reset super short. One of the best triggers you can buy, period. This is the factory trigger shoe. You can get a Freedom Smith, I think it is, trigger for these Caniks. They're about $90, and they're really nice, but all they do from this trigger, they don't really change the reset none. All they really do is change the pre-travel. On this trigger, in order to save money, I drilled and tapped. I don't know if you can see this right here. but I drilled and tapped a screw right here, which takes up just enough pre-travel to still allow the safety to be engaged. So it took out about 2 or 3 millimeters of travel. So that's the entire travel of the trigger. I drilled and tapped this screw to where the trigger stops early, about where the Freedom Smith would stop if you added that trigger. So I saved about $100 by doing that. And I actually like the way the factory trigger looks better than the Freedom Smith. I think the Freedom Smith looks actually a little bit cheaper than the factory aluminum trigger, because this is a metal trigger. So I really liked it, and I kind of wanted to keep the aesthetic of the original trigger, but I did want to get rid of the pre-travel, so that's what I did. You can do that. You would have to be really good with working with metal to do this, and you'd have to really know what you're doing and make sure the tolerances are exactly right to keep your safeties engaged. However, this gun runs really good, just like the Freedom Smith trigger would now, and I really like it. Like I said, about 3 pounds. I have a trigger gauge, so I do know it is about right around 3 pounds. Reset right there, just right after you let off. Overall travel is barely more than the reset. So let me show you the reset. There's the reset, and then if you let off the reset, there's the wall. If you let that off, that's all you've got. There, the wall, there, the wall, break, reset. That's all the pre-travel you got right there. All right, I wanted to show you guys this gun real quick and just go over a few things. But yes, I have some work done on the trigger. I got the competition trigger springs. I got the grips. This gun is about 40% flatter, if I had to guess, by feel and by the way it shoots. It's one of the only guns, even the ported or comp guns that I have, it's one of the only guns that because I don't grip the gun quite as tight, I'm more of an accuracy shooter. When I'm shooting IDPA, I'm one of the more accurate people in the match usually, but I'm not quite as fast as a lot of them. I might be in the top 5 most accurate shooters, but I'm probably in the top 30 as far as speed. So sometimes I can get in the around to almost the top 10. So far I've been able to get close to that when my guns run good. However, it's all done on accuracy. It's not really done on speed. I've got a lot to learn there. But I enjoy it, and I'm getting better, and I hope to one day be in the top 10 at my local match, and hopefully go to state one day and maybe just place somewhere in the top 50. I'd be happy with that, to be honest with you. However, this gun is awesome. It's really great. If you have any questions, please comment, please subscribe. And yeah, I just wanted to share some details on this gun, and I got plenty of other guns I want to show eventually as well. But it's a beautiful gun. If you've never shot a Canik Rival S or Rival, they are excellent, and you can do a few things for pretty cheap that really makes a big difference. Like I said, this is Mac Defense. You can easily look up the trigger reduction springs. You can look up the grips. The recoil spring, here's the factory one. The recoil spring is a Glock 17 I bought on eBay for like $15, so that's not a very expensive upgrade as well. But yes, I just wanted to share, and thought y'all would think it's cool. You can look up some footage in my past videos, and in the future I will be running this with the new factory recoil spring, and hopefully it'll be a lot more reliable. Ignore the last video because we've made some changes, so hopefully this gun will be reliable next time, and we'll find out. Please stay subscribed and check out later videos to see it run a little better, I hope. Talk to you guys later.